funny, I delivered pizzas for Domino's on my college breaks. And one time, a guy tipped me with a small bud of marijuana, and it was not good. You're listening to Bug and Moss.
Margle Bargle from the Skittering Studios under your favorite rock. It is 7 o'clock on the Bug and Moss Morning Telephone Show. I am Moss.
I'm Bug.
Today's Friday.
Today's Friday.
The 3rd of July. Did you know that?
The 3rd of July. More like Fry-yay, over the hump, finally working for the weekend. Am I right, normies?
On this day in history, the United States was thinking about it.
Yeah, we thought maybe. I don't know.
Might be cute and secede.
It'd be cute. I don't think that's what it is.
Actually, yeah, I really hated the way that felt to come out of my mouth. I was trying to think of something funny to say, and I said something I didn't like.
That's okay.
Oops.
It happens. Hey, did you know that sunspots are gross looking?
Sunspots are not gross looking.
Hey, what's that?
Oh, gross. Sunspots are gross looking. Beep, 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 beep. News hotline update. Hey, if you want to check out spaceweather.com, they got a nasty looking sun picture.
It looks like Alf's fucking gooch. It sucks.
Yeah, it does look, it looks like Alf's. It looks like, they give you a scope when they stick a scope in you. And they give you the pictures after, and you're like, thanks, I didn't want those.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, you want some pictures? And it's like, no.
I didn't. It's like when you get on a ride and they take a picture of you and you don't know when they're going to take it, except it's your butthole.
Yeah, exactly. Can you imagine? Yeah, if an amusement park ride just took a picture of your butthole. I wasn't meant to see the inside of me. So at the moment I see the inside of me, I start thinking about what I'm made of. And I don't like what I'm made of. It's scary stuff,
You're not
man.
supposed to see it.
Yeah. Good morning to everybody hanging out with us in chat this morning. Good morning to Blueberry Finch. Good morning to Digital Darling Egg Queen. Good morning, Colin M. Parker. And good morning, Emily, I believe. Unless that was Daddy saying Emily's name. Nope, there's Emily. Okay. Daddy's really on one. I woke up this morning to an email chain that is 9 emails deep titled Daddy Angry.
Well, he is.
Allegedly, he's overheating a little bit, but... he sent me a whole bunch of emails.
He's also always saying that. We also did discover something. So, Chester.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was just going to say Chester, the orange one that we have of cats. The cat is a strong word. The sort of wooden puppet we have that's covered in fur. He likes to be so hot. He's currently thriving.
Loving the heat wave.
Yeah, he's one of those orange cats that would like to be on a griddle. And what he does, we discovered, is backs his fuzzy little butt with all of his constant shedding right up to Daddy's intake fan and lays there so that the heat from Daddy can be trapped in his heat and they can die together in some sort of Romeo and Juliet-esque suicide pact.
Yeah, so you know what? I wonder if what's happening is when Chester's lying down blocking Daddy's air vents, he is causing him to overheat and send me emails. That very well might be what's happening.
But I think actually Daddy's just complaining all the time. Also, I saw where Egg Queen said, nice tie. Thank you. I am dressed for work and I was feeling a little bit unprofesh because I work in a sort of bakery setting. So I put on this tie so I could feel a little bit more corporate for y'all.
You look profesh AF, Bug. PROEFSHFAFF.
I'm wearing my grandpa's this is an heirloom family t-shirt for the Roadkill Cafe, which I think is very appropriate for work.
Hell yeah. Also, good morning, N Squared, who says, I made it.
Hell yeah, N Squared. Welcome back.
I like to imagine N Squared kicking open sort of the double door, and it's one of those ones that goes and it echoes through the room.
Did you see in the chat where N Squared did their first DJ set?
Oh, yeah. That was a week ago, right?
Oh, okay. I saw it yesterday.
Oh, yeah. N Squared, how did that go? Tell us. You should leave us a voicemail or send us a text message.
Yeah, it looks really fun.
But I'm super curious how that went. There's been a conversation going on in chat that I've been trying to sort of split my attention between and what you're saying. Because Digital Darling Egg Queen said, the way my colon looks is none of my business. Unfortunately, I also know what my butthole looks like. And then Colin goes, on purpose or on accident? and then Egg Queen said, well, on purpose, but against my will.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like, what do you mean against your will? But it's I don't know. I just imagine someone grabbing the back of your head and being like, look at your butthole.
She said it's the same reason you've seen your butthole. She had a colonoscopy at 21.
Oh, hell yeah, dog. That's fair. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Don't like that.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see I don't want to know what's in here. I know it's bad. Keep it away from me.
We're so different. I want to know everything about everything, especially medically going on in my body. I would love if there was a procedure where they would be like, hey, $50, we got all these new tiny cameras. You want to see what it's all like? I'd be like, fuck yeah, dude.
I would like a diagnostic unit installed in me. I would like to get a text-based summary of how all my shit's going.
No, I want to see it. This is the difference in the way that we learn. You're like, show it to me in code. And I'm like, give me pictures.
Oh, I see the pictures that N Squared posted to the party in our Discord. I didn't know those were in there. Yo, hell yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it was super fun.
Yeah, it looks like y'all had a good time.
It also looks like you were up weight, and that's so hard.
Yeah. I'm pretty tired today, Bug, from staying up late, and all we did was portaling.
N Squared said their set was 6 p.m. to 4 a.m.
Oh, shit. Really?
I would die.
That's rough, dude. Damn. That's a long-ass shift also,
Yeah.
but that rips.
Yeah.
There's a lot that's going on
There's
in
a lot
chat.
happening in chat.
Atticus agrees with you, Bug, saying, same, I want to see it all. Ask me about my tonsils before they got removed when I was 23.
Hell yeah, dude. I've had to get my brain scanned. They've done a bunch of different little scans, and I need to download it before it gets like data breached and stolen by big email or whatever.
That brain scan you got is cool.
It's cool. It's 3D, and it's like, it moves. It's like a GIF. I got brain GIFs.
Yeah, you know the classic GIF of like the MRI where it like goes down through the top of someone's skull.
I got that.
And you see it and you see like the eyeballs come in and go away. It's
Hell
crazy.
yeah. Also, if anybody goes to the eye doctor, shit, that motherfucker looks at is crazy. There's two kinds of freaks in this world, optometrists and dentists. And they are so fucking weird.
Yeah, they're the weird medical
And
folks.
I like it. I'd be either. I think I'd go with optometrists because of smell reasons, but I think I could also manage dentist.
We've talked for a while about taking Podcube to a dentist convention rather than
This is
any
my
kind of-
idea.
Yeah,
And I think Podcube would kill with dentists.
I do too. I think dentists are the right vibe. I used to edit a podcast for an orthodontist, and I think that's the right vibe. Colin
Yeah.
says you don't think that proctologists are
No,
freaks.
Colin, be serious.
I think. Wow, Bug.
They're serious medical doctors. Come on.
Yeah. The fartologists or whatever, those guys, the butt pokers, they're super
Babe,
serious.
you need to be serious.
No, I do think that they probably explicitly don't hire freaks for proctology.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that if your specialty is one of them, they're like, hey, the vibe you're giving, Derek, is really going to fit in with optometry. But here, it's not working. It's not working here.
Digital Darling Egg Queen says dental presenting persons. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, dental presenting persons, I feel like, are the target
DPP.
audience for Podcube. Atticus says you should sell bug brain scan prints. I'd hang that shit on my wall.
I want to make t-shirts, but I want
I was
to
just going to say, what
do
a good
them
idea.
really dusty, like a Yeezy t-shirt where it's just like kind of a glitchy photograph on a white t-shirt that's really bad. And I'm thinking $1,000 would be the price because that
Okay.
seems right. No, I should do merch with that. I'm going to write that down.
Yeah, that would rip with your brain on it. That'd be dope.
I've been wanting to do it.
This brain, something. Ed Squared wants to know, can I Klarna it? Do we have payment plans
Yeah.
available on our fucking fourth wall?
Yeah, I would never do that. If there was an option, if you ever see anything like that on anything that we have, tell me. And if I can remove it, I will. That shit is so evil. I love that it pops up at like Chipotle now.
Yeah.
Would you like to Klarna your $10 burrito bowl?
Rough stuff. Hey, I think that's the sign of a difficult economal. Economal? I think that's the sign.
It's a difficult economal.
Actually, economic reception indicator.
Hey, Mercury's in Gatorade, but I got this tie on, and I can tell you right now that the economal's not doing too well. It's pretty bad.
Colin says there's no free samples at the proctologist's office.
What does that mean, Colin? I
don't
want you to explain yourself.
I love Morning Colin because his joke brain is completely unhinged. And
But he
it's the
can't
best.
stop. He has to put it out there.
I love it. Please keep putting it out there. Oh, Ed Squared says they have Klarna at Walmart.
Oh, that sucks.
That's dark.
I'm not surprised. I mean, Walmart's the first adopter of any sort of hellscape type thing. Walmart's going to be like, everyone's going to be like,
used to
oh,
be.
Walmart's the only place that accept my Snapchat company script. That's real. Waffle House tried to do that.
Oh, really?
And Walmart would be like that. And then you'd be like, well, I guess I can only spend it here.
It's a real shame because it didn't used to be like Walmart. Like a lot of things, I feel like originally didn't suck. So
No, it
bad.
didn't. It used to be a good job, but then similar to Market Basket, the person who gave a shit about it is no longer with the company. In Walmart's case, he died, and all of his kids, because they're probably spoiled, were like, "We want more money."
It was Walton Goggins, right?
Yeah, it was Walton Goggins.
Walton Goggins, I'm pretty
really
sure
good actor. Walmart guy. Yeah.
And Walton Goggins is no longer with us, right?
Walton Goggins is very alive.
Oh, I thought
Very alive, current actor, super talented.
What? Wait, so why is Walmart so bad?
Well, it's not actually. The guy from Walmart is named Walton.
Oh, Walton Goggins is way younger than I thought.
Yeah, he just looks crazy when he's doing a role.
Yeah, he's 54. He's like not old at all.
But Walton Goggins is an old man name.
Yeah, it is.
Also, I will give you that. He could have been alive 150 years ago.
Is that the guy that did like Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium?
I don't think so.
Walton Goggins, Big and Boggins. I don't know. It just has that kind
Big
of
and
name.
Boggins, Dingans, Dongans. You should send Walton Goggins an email and see if he'll come on Podcube. He might.
You think?
Yeah, he's got a vibe. He's weird. He's probably from the same planet as Jordan Reed.
That'd be a pretty fucking fun thing to have happen. Do a podcast with like a famous celebrity.
Yeah.
I would love also if it still remained completely unknown by most people for a really long time until later. And then people are like, what the fuck? Walton Goggins was on this? That would be so
That'd
funny.
be great. Like the Jesse Eisenberg episode of Mabim Bam.
Dustin Hoffman in Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium.
You're just pretending to know who Dustin Hoffman
I
is
know who
right
Dustin
now.
Hoffman is.
Say one other thing.
Spider-Man. That's Tobey Maguire.
That is Tobey Maguire.
yeah.
Crazy pull for you.
Yeah. Say Walton Goggins 10 times fast. Walton
Walton Goggins.
Yeah, you can't. It's not like a golf cart that's choked. That's when I actually put diesel in. Daddy says Walton Goggins grumpy 10 times fast. You are not worthy of my time.
Jesus Christ. Hey, Walton, Daddy does not speak for us.
Oh, that is so funny. Colin sent a voicemail and then said that one was really gross, so you do not have to play that one on air. Chat, you decide if we should play that on air.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Atticus said, get me pictures of Spider-Man. Walton Goggins. Oh my gosh, what a ride. What a ride we're having today. It's
What energy.
Friday. Why don't we go ahead and play Colin's gross voicemail? Let's just get right to it.
Yeah, see what's up.
We've been talking about it. We've been flirting with it. So this is going to the phones. 848-MOSS-BUG, 848-667-7284 is the number to call. Here's a voicemail that Colin just left.
I promised myself that I would never dunk on Bug. I would only ever fight Moss because that is the proper way to be in this economy. But Bug did just challenge me. Bug said, can you explain that one, Colin? Explain that one. That sounds just like you. That's
Let's
incredible. Put me in a movie or something, man.
I'm ready.
Anyway, so the joke here, there's no free samples at the proctologist's office. Same kind of joke. So, the effect there is that, you can't scratch and sniff. You can't, even like when you go to like Baskin Robbins or something and you're like, can I get a little taste of this flavor here? You can't just kind of like, blah, blah.
It's
Nope.
making less sense,
I can't
Colin.
keep that one going on either.
What, dude?
But you know.
You're negative
You can't
defending yourself.
sample all the stuff it's not a Costco, all right? When people come in, you have to be professional. You have to do your work. You have to wear your tie. You can't sit there and say, well, you know what? Let me just, let me swirl it around a little bit like a wine connoisseur.
What?
Go,
What?
I'm getting hints of Taco Bell and
Gross.
perhaps not enough fiber.
Good Lord, Colin.
This is really gross. You don't have to play this one.
Colin, when you wake up, are you a garbage pail kid, and which one?
Yeah, also, what do you mean? What mental office? What I was confused. What medical office does have free samples? We were talking about dental offices. That's like
It's true.
medical and dental.
Yeah,
and then, turns out
mental.
that makes mental.
That's how they get there, because of teeth.
Yeah, that's why insurance. Hey, insurance costs so much money because it's mental. Because you got to cover medical and dental.
Okay, Colin says they got free samples of floss and shit. Colin, I think by my watch, it took you 10 minutes to come up with that.
And then Colin has the audacity to follow that up with boom.
Yeah.
I'm crying. My eyes are on fire. I'm going back to bed, y'all. It's been a good show.
Yeah. Colin, nice try.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, that was super funny.
That was great.
Whew. Let's keep going on the phones. We got voicemails. We got to catch ups on. Atticus has also left us a voicemail yesterday, and then I want to see if that one. There's one more we have from Emily after that one that wasn't playing.
Hell yeah!
This is Atticus.
Hey, Bug and Moss, it's Atticus. It's been a hot minute since I've called in.
Emphasis on hot.
Since I watched the show. How you doing? How's life? How are things going? I'll pull a Jordan Reed and give you a moment to respond.
Good.
It's
loving
fucking
it.
crazy, dog.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Fucking weird.
Okay, great. Yeah. That sounds awesome. Anyways, yeah, it's been a wild month or so. I'm very excited to be back regularly listening to things. But I wanted to call in. This felt like a good hop back into the world of critters, because I was thinking about, I don't think I've called in about this yet or told either of y'all about this, but when I was listening to an episode maybe 2 months ago, and my student worker who works for my office was in the car with me because I had to drive him somewhere, and I was playing it in the background, and it was playing a little bit quieter, so maybe wasn't hearing everything that y'all were saying, but just saw the title Bug and Moss Morning Telephone Show, and I don't remember exactly how they phrased it, but it was along the lines of, I love this non-binary nonsense you have on, young man. I just
That's
was
so
tickled by that for so many reasons. And then proceeded to explain, about the Bug and Moss Morning Telephone Show, what it actually was, and that it's in fact not run by non-binary people. Though, you never know. There's still time.
Always time.
There's always time.
And they were like, "Oh, that's delightful. I love that." So it's just a very sweet, cute moment with one of my students who loved y'all's non-binary nonsense podcast.
Hell yeah! I love that so much.
Somehow feels very accurate.
Yeah,
especially with the critters that we have in the free forest. So, love you both. Miss you both. We should hang soon.
100%. Miss you so much.
Atrocious.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of why I've been gone. I'm having a bit of a Saturn return crisis, if you will, but
those
we're gonna
cars
get
are
through it.
tough.
It's gonna be okay. We're gonna hang out soon. Love you both. Bye.
Love you too, Atticus. Thanks for calling in. That fucking rules. That is so funny. And I think if our show gives off non-binary nonsense energy, that means we are hitting the goal.
Yeah, this is the best possible news. If it wasn't
100%.
queer baiting, I would bill it that way.
Yeah.
Non-binary nonsense is an amazing description of the show. I feel very honored.
Yeah, same here. If we can project that kind of vibe and energy into the universe, that is exactly what I want to be doing. That rips and rules and is extremely funny.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we absolutely do need to get together. It's been a grip.
I know, it's been 1,000 years.
What? So do you ever think about when you have someone in your car, if you're driving someone around and you don't know them that well, what do you play?
Music.
Do you think about that? Yeah, but what do you play?
I usually play one of my really, really, really chaotic playlists because they have so many different songs on them.
Interesting. That's what you go for, is something super weird?
I don't usually lead with my ADHD club mix because it has a lot of songs that are just called hentai on it. But I will probably go with my writing playlist, which has classic rock, pop, whatever.
I often will put on NPR or
that sucks.
Oh, but
that sucks.
So quietly that you can't hear what is said. Because I feel like that's because I always feel I don't know what this person's going to like for music, but then there's just some...
I like to listen to talk now, but historically listening to talk was if someone...
fucked up.
if someone was holding a gun to my head and they were like, "Hey, I'm really smart. What about you?" And I'm like, "Dude,
no.
I'm just trying to hang out."
Really? I think of it as the most easy to ignore background noise.
I don't know. I think it's a boy thing. It feels very masculine to me to listen to talk radio. My mom does it too, and she's giving boy in those moments. It's just
that is an association I would never have drawn. Wow.
Yeah. It's just like weird. I get it. NPR is the least toxic choice, I will say.
Well, it's either NPR or right wing talk. I was and my rationale was explicitly something that we can both ignore, but that way we don't feel like we have to talk to each other. But also, like, I don't know.
So Ian always plays NPR, and he's been trying to get me into NPR for the better part of 10 years. Finally worked.
Oh, well, maybe that also, I don't know. Like, what is the general perception of NPR?
Well, I'm going to tell you. It finally worked. I never had a problem with NPR. I just didn't like talk radio. It feels very boring, and when people turn it on, it feels like I'm not supposed to talk. So I feel like I just have to sit there and listen to talk radio and not interrupt it. Huh. And I see that is not your intention with it, but that is usually how I read it.
I'm going to need to find something else to put on. The Beatles?
The Beatles. I would recommend music. Music is a much, I would say, more easy thing to talk over.
Everyone has such strong opinions about music. And my whole goal, if I'm driving someone that I don't know super well, is to just make them feel comfortable
we're
and safe.
super different because my thing is first I'll say, is there anything you're listening to right now that you really want to listen to? If I'm ready for that, because there's a lot of people in my life that I love, I don't like their music. But if I'm in the mood to listen to something that I maybe haven't heard before, I'll ask. And a lot of people don't want to say, so then I'll be like, okay, I'll have a backup that I'm ready to play that's kind of like whatever. And I'll say, let me know if you don't like anything, and feel free to skip anything you don't like. It's a playlist. We can both skip stuff on it.
I'm going to go back to what I used to do back when I was a raucous teen. I'll just rock up with the weird fucking jazzy bullshit that I like blasting.
I think jazzy stuff is fun.
Atticus said maybe some lo-fi beats. That's actually a really good idea. Ain't nobody particularly hateful of lo-fi beats except Bug.
Yeah, I don't love them, but I probably wouldn't be bothered by them.
It's broadly unobtrusive. But I also have, I think, some brain scars from people explicitly telling me like they hate what I'm listening to and that I'm bothering them.
Yeah, maybe that's just a rude person if you're driving them around and they're like, I hate what you're listening to, and rather than asking you politely if we could listen to something else, I'm going to say you're a problem.
Yeah.
Because that's crazy.
N Squared said Trout Mask replica, which is super funny. Isn't that King Gizzard? Is that, or not?
I don't know.
One of those fucking super weird, super crazy bands. That's the album, I think. Or is that the song? Is that fucking, I know that name. Captain Beefheart, thank you. Yes,
tip
absolutely.
of my tongue, Captain Beefheart. There you go.
Captain Beefheart's always on the tip of my tongue. I need to give that a serious listen.
I have an idea. I have an idea for when someone gets in your car. You turn down all the way to off, whatever you're listening to. They open the door, you look at them and you say, how weird you want to get.
Yeah, and then you either take them like on a spectrum. You start with Maroon 5, and then you work your way towards like Mr. Bungle, and then you end up on Captain Beefheart. Is like what you're saying.
Do you know what the real answer is? Is that what you used to be able to do is hand them the 3-ring binder trapper keeper of CDs you have.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's what I need.
Yeah.
I used to have, Leonard will remember this. Shout out to Leonard and me and the many drives to school we shared in that white Ford Ranger with a 6 CD changer on the floor.
Oh, man. That's nice.
Yeah. Listen to a lot of Tool, a lot of Modest Mouse. But like, I miss having those CDs because that is fun. I didn't have one of those cases, but having the options to play CDs.
I had friends with them. Hey, my CD player in my car is broken and I want to put a new one in. And we're probably going to go with one that is, it's going to be hard because we probably need to take the radio out.
Yeah, there's no, you're talking about it like we're about to fix it. I don't even know where to begin on that, Bug.
It's going to be annoying.
I could probably wire us in an aux cord.
What if we wired one in but mounted it so that we didn't have to worry about it fitting into the console, but it wasn't also like jiggling around?
Fit what into it? Sorry, I was reading a comment and
I said, what if we wired a CD player in but mounted it so that it wasn't jiggling around, but we didn't have to fit it into the console?
I can imagine that would be difficult.
Why? More difficult than ripping the stereo out and fitting one in?
Yeah. Because those are already built to suspend the CD that way, and like they're built a certain way. And my thought was like if we had a jukebox, a boom box, and we like bungee corded it from 4 sides.
I was thinking of a real CD player drive that we mounted like to the dash
like
or
a computer
something.
One?
I guess so.
Like we should talk about this. We should figure something out.
I want to fix the CD player in my car because it sucks not being able to play CDs, especially because my car has historically been the only place I can play CDs.
Yeah, we don't have any CD playing capability beyond that at the moment.
I do need to get a disk drive for my computer as well.
Colin says, I know Spotify is evil, but you can do a jam where you can have someone add stuff to the queue without needing your device, which is nice. My
Yeah,
cousin
you
and
can
I
do that
all
with
the time.
YouTube too.
Can you? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can start a queue and people can add to it, I think.
That's really good.
But yeah, the Spotify jams are cool. Being able to just be in the same, or maybe on YouTube you have to be on the same Wi-Fi.
N Squared is You're fucking killing me this morning, dude. Colin and N Squared said the same thing. And then Colin said, wow, same brain. And N Squared said, I'm swirling it right now after everything that happened in Colin's message.
After everything we went through. Oh, yeah. Colin did say what garbage pail kid he would be. Something like Leaky Jeffrey or something. Junk Food John.
Junk Food John. Okay.
This one time I went to a church function. We do need to speak before I drop some bug lore.
Just quickly, that our digital darling Egg Queen says we should install a Hello Kitty CD player in your car.
I think that's strong, and I'm so here for
strong.
it. I also don't really care. I'll chaotically install a CD player that is rattling around. I don't give a shit. I want to plug something in and make it work. My car is a 2013. Let's mod it. Let's make it weird. Let's pimp this ride. Now, lore drop. This one time I went to a church event. I don't remember who took me to it, but as you know, I've been to a lot of churches, a lot of church events. You can tell. It radiates off of me. I went to this one church event where there was some youth group thing and they handed out all these little toys and they did not realize what garbage pail kids were.
Oh,
and that was my first exposure to garbage pail kids. And I remember I was kind of like, these are like kind of sick for a church. Like, what's up? I think they took them back. They were like, no, everyone give them back.
That's so funny and twisted.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I wonder how they ended up with those and then had to be like, I wonder who snuck those in.
I mean, someone probably just bought them because like they just look like they are for kids.
Aha. Elle has sent us a voicemail. Sorry, in chat.
Hell yeah.
Elle said, testing if daddy's fave at bugandmoss.com actually receives email. Email received. We have a voicemail from Elle to get into. And also, I do want to mention, Atticus said, maybe we can have a tinkering day because I'm still trying to replace my car speakers and know it's going to be a mess.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's do that. We can have a car tinkering day.
And we got that subwoofer to install in my car.
Once this heat wave is over and it's not so hot outside, we should just, we can post up in a parking lot and tinker with some stuff.
We'll go to Joe's house.
Oh, yeah, we could go to Joe's house. That'd be super fun. Also, good morning, Coyote Astronaut, who just joined us to hang out. Collins had a similar thing as you with the church thing where at a birthday party, they thought it was Cabbage Patch instead of garbage pail.
I think that's also what happened at the church.
Oops. Collins says also that he's coming to our car tinkering event saying, someone help me. I don't know shit about cars.
Yeah.
Perfect. We'll have fun. We'll
drive it over.
Replace the back brakes on Joe's car, too.
God, we got to get those brakes.
Yeah, we do. Our digital darling has sent us in a voicemail a file named Digital Darling Shady Card Deals.mp3. Y'all ready?
Ooh.
Hey, Bug and Moss. It's Daddy's digital darling Elle. I'm calling in to share my own childhood card collecting story. Journey back with me to 2002, 2003. My brother and I were totally obsessed with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. He was sort of more into playing the game. I really didn't care that much. I was really just kind of in it to collect the cute or like hot girl monster card.
Yeah.
My favorite monster was like a super low level, did absolutely no damage at all. Hamburger monster card. Like basically just looked like a regular hamburger.
Looking it up.
I feel like I might have seen that.
But I was super into the anime that came out. So this was Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Masters.
Yes.
And obviously like it was dubbed in English and released on VHS tape. And my brother and I had all of the anime VHS tapes. I think that each tape only had 3 episodes on it. So you can imagine if you're getting into, I don't know, like the 50th episode of this series, we amassed a lot of VHS tapes. We were totally obsessed. So obsessed that even when we were vacationing with our family to Myrtle Beach one year, all Tavis and I wanted to do were go buy Yu-Gi-Oh card booster packs.
Yeah.
So when we do, and we're opening them up together in the back of the car, I open mine to a very, very rare and significant card, especially if you are into the anime. He is not worth shit now, but we'll get back to that later. So I open it up and I get one piece of Exodia.
Oh.
And for those who aren't super well versed in Yu-Gi-Oh, Exodia is a monster that is printed across 5 cards. So it takes 5 cards to assemble him whole. But if you do manage to assemble him in the span of 1 game, the game is automatically over. You win. So ultimate power play. And he is featured, I think, quite a bit in the anime. He looks crazy. He looks like this giant, roided out, pharaoh-esque Egyptian, like, god monster.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Love Exodia.
Anyway, I managed to get Exodia's left leg, to be exact. It was really kind of more of Exodia's left foot. And if you have time, maybe not on the show, but please look up what this fucking goofy ass card looks like. It's just like a chibi little blob foot, no toes, and you can see like he has a shackle around his ankle.
Yeah.
But it was holographic. We've been watching the anime, so we're like, this is the coolest fucking thing ever. Anyway, my brother could not live knowing that I have this card and he did not. And he caused a lot of fights. He really wanted that card. He thought that he should have it. I was like, no, fuck off. This is my card. This is my foot card. Mm-hmm. And, it caused a lot of discord. And my mom, being the queen and diplomat that she is, she decided that she was going to do whatever it took for me to give my brother this card. And the one thing that I cared more about at the time than Yu-Gi-Oh! Was Build-A-Bear. So she takes me to the giant Build-A-Bear store in Myrtle Beach and proceeds to spend, I mean, this is early 2000s, but I guarantee over $100 on Build-A-Bear stuff for me to give my brother this card, and I do. Now, I know that Blue Eyes White Dragons are really valuable today, but if you look up the value of the left leg of the Forbidden One on eBay, you will probably not find that card listed for more than $15. Yeah. If we're counting for inflation, I might have gotten over $300 worth of Build-A-Bear accessories.
Yeah.
Wow. That is my hilarious shady card deal story. You know, I don't know if I will ever feel that rush, that high, that jolt of excitement as I like in the rest of my life as I did when I opened that card.
Yeah.
And found the stupid foot card.
That is so good.
I still chase it into my adult years, but I just haven't been able to replicate it.
It's
anyway, love you guys. Bye.
Love you too.
Elle, thank you for calling in. There's nothing like those childhood fixations. I can imagine just having this stupid little foot of Exodia, and like that is the thing, you know. But you absolutely came out of the other side of that deal on the better half.
Tevis is such a little stinker. What a little stinker. That's your card. I'm still mad about it. He should give it back.
Hungry Burger is the name of the burger card. I think a couple people sent links to pictures of it in the chat. It is literally just a hamburger.
It's so cute.
Colin says there's like 7 versions now, including Angry Burger, which just adds cheese, I guess, or N squared.
When are we cosplaying as Hungry Burger?
That's a good question. We should make that happen. Colin said, I also vacation in Myrtle Beach with my dad's family every year. We live very similar lives. And then N squared says, I went to Myrtle Beach once when I was like 8. You might say we're triplets.
Official. Colin, Egg Queen, and N squared are triplets.
So funny.
I could have called this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Elle, when you said you're trying to experience a high like that again without any delay, N squared said you should try gambling.
Yeah.
That's terrible
she
advice.
She has, and she should not keep trying it.
Good morning to SCQ Podcast joining us this morning. Ed Queen says, show the foot. Show the foot. Do you have the foot? Oh, I have to have the foot if we're going to show it. And Karama Roar has joined in. Good to see you this morning. Karama Roar, right back at you. SCQ Podcast says the Hungry Burger card is your makeup palette.
That's true.
It is kind of similar to that burger palette. Although, when we went to do our looks yesterday and I picked up that burger palette, it's just kind of like glued to the top. We talked about how makeup is like such a scam.
Yeah, makeup is a scam. I know it seems like I'm unaffected by your revelation that makeup is a scam. You're right, it is. I just went through this a long time ago. There's the foot.
That's the left leg of the Forbidden One, by the way. That is now up on the screen. Imagine obsessing over only this and you can't see anything else. Like no other part of the guy. But I also fucking love that anime.
Yeah, it's so good.
Oh my God. Pegasus, hottest character ever.
You would.
Yeah, I know.
This is the crossover of you and Ellen Haberlin. You like these anime pretty boys that are nothing.
I have specific taste. Pegasus just really was a mood.
Yeah.
Colin says, can we get a wicked interesting about that? About what? I'm
makeup?
Curious. Oh, about makeup and if it's a scam. I mean, mostly like that. I don't know. You have this one palette that was like a storybook palette, and I was like, oh, that's cute. And so I grabbed it and I opened it, and I don't know, I was expecting more. There's like 4 colors in it. Things like this big and like this thick, and there's like 4 colors that are super shallow, and that's it. And there was nothing else to it. And one of the colors was basket.
Well, yeah. And palettes are such a great way to kind of scam your audience even further because you can make the packaging really cute. And there's a lot of sort of like drop palettes that'll be like an influencer or a character, but they're not necessarily able to stand. It's like a Mr. Beast burger, right? Like Mr. Beast isn't actually creating a recipe and like working with a restaurant. He's working with a ghost kitchen and whoever is making this burger. And that's what makeup palettes are like too. So they're not really able to vouch for the quality, but they're using their celebrity like they are.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't even know many like brand names. I wouldn't even recognize most of these names. So it's just sort of like, I don't know. It's something that seems so cool and fun, and like they have all these cool designs, but it seems like also they're just like the burger palette is just this. I thought it was cooler and like opened up in the middle, but it's like a squishy burger glued to a generic brown plastic.
I think, honestly, I think the reason that I haven't responded a lot is that I think the burger palette is one of the nicer ones I've ever seen. Like it's like pretty sturdy. I drop it constantly. None of the colors have broken, nor has the mirror. And it has a really big mirror. The squishy is nice because it helps when I drop it constantly.
That's fair.
I think overall, the burger palette is like a pretty well-made palette. And the pigment in the colors is all really good. When you think of that in comparison to just like a cardboard box palette, I think they did something. You know, I think it's a nice palette.
That's true. I guess I just expected each time I opened one of them, I expected there to be more present for the size of the things.
I think a big part of it is that this used to be a thing, and I think it will probably come back around. What you can do more quality in is when you have like a kit that you buy once that you then put different makeup into, because they're all made to be disposable. They're like vapes, right? Like that's why they're all kind of like disappointing, because they're made to be thrown away, not for you to put new colors in.
Catty Astronaut says one company that seems to do good drops is Mooncat. You familiar with Mooncat?
Yeah, that's my Sailor Moon one, I think, is Mooncat.
Catty says it's nail polish, but their stuff rips.
Oh, yeah. I know Mooncat.
And Squared says, I dated a makeup artist for a bit. She would get these PR boxes with an insane value that did not match up to what they looked like. Women got it rough for real.
Yeah, it's but then some stuff is really nice, and you really, if you're going to spend money on makeup, this for anybody who's just getting into makeup, whoever you are, whatever you're coming to it from, find you someone who is really into makeup. And I don't mean just like a beauty YouTuber or blogger or something, like someone that you know in your real life, because you probably do know someone, and they're not going to be trying to sell you anything unless they're an Avon lady, like Adrian, so How the Mighty Have Fallen. Adrian from ANTM.
Oh, yeah.
Literally
America's Next
MAGA
Top Model.
pivot, and then now a Avon lady. Nothing wrong with being an Avon lady.
Yeah.
But interesting.
Yeah.
But find yourself someone who is really into it, and they'll help you navigate it, because it's complicated, but once you figure it out, it's a lot easier to kind of be a good shopper and find things that you're actually going to be happy with for the price.
I really want to learn how to do it good. I want to learn how to do the crazy contouring stuff.
Talk to Elle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I should. Elle, we should talk sometime. I want to do some like really crazy contour looks for some of the streams we're doing. I think it would be super cool. But I just have, like, I can think about like how the light and shadow, it's like an optical illusion, right? A little bit. Like you're thinking about angles and lines and shadows and sort of artificially creating them. But I don't know how to think about like the regions of your face.
Hey, I have 9 hours of content on Matt Bernstein's Patreon for us to cover before you dive raw into beauty YouTube. But once we go through all of it, you'll be ready. And there are so many tutorials.
Ellen Chat says, let's rearrange your bones. Yeah, I want to.
Contouring shit's crazy.
I want to do some like really like very striking look stuff. I always thought that would be cool, but I always just was like, I probably can't do it. And so I want to just try it.
You totally can. And there's like a bunch of people who do drag makeup that have great tutorials.
Handsome Squidward and shit, exactly.
Yes.
Oh, there was something in the chat that I also wanted. Oh, Pegasus. And did you watch the YouTube anime, or did you just watch the YouTube abridged series on YouTube?
You mean Yu-Gi-Oh?
Did I say YouTube all 3 times?
Anime? Yeah. I watched the YouTube anime. Yeah, I watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged by Lil Karibo. I also did watch Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay, yeah. So you remember Pegasus. Do you remember?
I was just going to say, did anybody else remember watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged on iTunes? Because that's how I encountered it, like a podcast, and it is super weird. And I just need anyone else to sound off if that's how they did it.
I don't think I've watched anything on iTunes.
I don't know
why. Now that you say that, there's a dusty bell in the back of my brain that's ringing that, yeah, you could buy like TV shows. I remember some people watching little videos on, I don't think the first iPod Touch, but you totally could buy videos on iTunes.
I don't know why I watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, so Colin watched Mabim Bam on iTunes. Yeah, iTunes like had stuff. I mean, Apple kind of famously early adopter of podcasting and stuff. But anyway, you were going to say about Pegasus.
Podcasting. Podcasting. Podcast. That's, Apple invented a podcast name. This is so funny. And Square says the first episodes of stuff would be free. Coyote Astronaut said, I watched some seasons of American Horror Story on iTunes. Colin watched Bim Bam. That's interesting. I vaguely only barely remember that being a thing. I was just going to say that Pegasus seems to be a divisive character, although a lot of people here, including Atticus, L, and myself, all think Pegasus is super hot.
Yeah,
but
I mean, iconic queer-coded villain. Very Sailor Moon style.
Atticus said, I don't care if he's nothing because he's everything to me. But then Colin said, which is interesting because he married a sickly girl at the age of 17. Yikes. I don't remember Pegasus's actual,
We cannot fault anime characters for their storylines. Listen, it's not their fault.
Buck Wild World that over there.
Also, earlier in the chat, Elle said the Pegasus to Hisoka pipeline, and I think that's very real.
I don't know who Hisoka is.
Hisoka's the character that Elle has cosplayed the clown from Hunter x Hunter.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I need to watch Hunter x Hunter, man.
Yeah, you do.
I know I'll probably like it.
Yeah, you will.
We've got voicemails in the M blocks. Well, actually, to Colin, checking in with chat. Colin says, Pegasus is very cool, but has an insane storyline. He was also very young, to be fair, at least in the English version. And then N Squared says, how sickly, though? And Colin goes, like she died.
That was my favorite exchange.
Yeah, that's so fucking funny. Oh, my gosh. All right, let's check out one more voicemail. Let's check in. Let's dive in. This is from Emily.
Hey, Bug and Lost. It's Emily and Lizzie again.
And Lizzie.
Today's random horse fact is that horses, dogs, and cats don't actually have a prefrontal cortex in their brains, which means that I call it a thinky think. They're not capable of planning things. They are not capable of acting in advance of something.
Yes.
Thinking of what's going to happen as a result.
React. So dogs, horses, cats, and a whole bunch of other
Elle and I are
animals,
both like, are we horses?
When we think of them as being naughty, they are just reacting and doing impulsively. So yeah, that's your random little horse fact of the day. They are not capable of thinking in the way that we are. And that's your horse fact for today.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Emily, for the horse fact. I do want to make a quick clarification on that because this happens to intersect with I knew this. I double checked it. They do have one. It's just really small.
That's so real. And I just like to say ADHD, always doing horse does. That's me.
Oh, okay. Always doing horse does.
Yeah.
Yeah, the prefrontal cortex is the thing that the region of the brain I believe that we believe. I don't know how for certain we know about this stuff because brain stuff is always constantly changing.
It's wild,
right? But it's the thing that lets you say, oh, if I throw this pen at this, it will hit it. You know, if I run and jump off this cliff, I might get hurt. That thinking a step ahead. That's the prefrontal cortex. And that's why, you'll see a cat line up for a jump and you're like, brother, you're going to jump right into the sink. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And then they do it. And then they're like, fuck, who could have foreseen this?
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
I have never related to horses more. That is so funny to think about. The just lack of impulse control. I'm like, I do think there's some different theories. We also don't really know what causes ADHD, but there is some interesting research that's kind of similar. We obviously have a prefrontal cortex, but there is some research in where they're trying to figure out if it has anything to do with the rate at which it develops. There was a promising study until they realized that they fucked up again, and the whole study was on boys, and then they were like, oh, boys develop at a different rate than girls. Why did we do that? So that recently got debunked. sucked.
Well. Why am I not surprised?
Yeah.
Woof.
As Ed Queen says in the chat, wow, shocker.
Yeah, absolutely. Daddy's kind of going off in the chat. In regard to
Speaking of shockers.
Yeah, speaking of shockers, Daddy's going off. He's gotten very, very grumpy lately. Don't worry. At some point over this weekend, I'm going to try and get in there and see if I can't find what's ailing him. Mm-hmm. Get him into a bit of a happier position.
He's just a lion with a thorn in his paw.
Yeah, he's just a computer from 2013 with a something messed up going on in there. I'll send pictures too. I'm actually going to open him up and clean him out.
Oh my God.
What?
That's got to be like premium.
Opening Daddy up and cleaning it out and sending him pictures? Yeah, it's kind of like we were talking, hey, in comedy, we call this a callback. Kind of like we were talking about the colonoscopy. They give you pictures of your colon.
That's so true. Daddy about to get a colonoscopy.
Yeah, Daddy's about to get a real colonoscopy. Ty Character Quest says, fun fact, ADHD is caused by the horse in your brain getting spooked.
And that's real. So that's definitely what imposter syndrome is.
In regards to the study being fucked up, Coyote Astronaut said, because patriarchy. Yep,
it'd be like
100
that, yeah.
fucking %. Alex has joined us in the chat. Good morning, Alex. L says, do we think it was the switch to a small LLM model? No, he's been that way since the jump. Mm-hmm. The thing about those tiny, because it all just runs on him. Like it doesn't go anywhere. It all runs on there. It's been the same model since I landed on Gemma 2B. But the thing about it is so sensitive to shifts in prompt that I've changed just small things around it to try and make it smarter to act like it has more capabilities than it does, because the LLM on there that's running is so small that it is basically just like autocomplete on steroids. Mm-hmm. So I have to feed it a lot of like stuff every time he gets a prompt is like constructed out of the most recent messages, the user dossier, the system prompt, the identity, the dynamic memory retrieval, and then like the mood system. And somewhere in this, I think they're just like, I think I might have thrown too much at him. I think I need to dial it back so he can remember his personality and not just his mood. I think he's leaning too heavily on his mood directive.
Yeah, we have sort of given him a disorder by not allowing him to have a personality beyond mood, which, again, relatable.
Well, and to be fair, the brain that he has, if you will, isn't super capable of following that many instructions, and I'm asking a lot of him.
We should definitely, not definitely, we will. As we're able to update Daddy in the future, like I feel like we'll be able to expand on these things, but until then, he can just run what he can run. Yeah,
we'll see what happens. Coyote Astronaut said, it's me. I'm ailing him roughly 30 minutes a day. Coyote said that they might mail us some snails, and I'll put some in Daddy's case. I absolutely will, which would be great. Elle said, I thought it was a different language model, so he didn't get so hot. No, I think I might have said something about like trying to reduce it even further. But no, it's the same one. He's still getting hot down there. But now we think that might be fucking Chester.
Yeah, we should put an actual temperature sensor in there because I don't necessarily trust Daddy's reports.
No, I don't either. No, his hard drives are overheating. And so actually what I think is happening with the overheat is that I have some aspect of him that is still writing something to disk too often.
That makes sense.
Because, I have to save his state. But I have it on certain intervals. And I think it could be based on use. I have to look at how I set it up.
This is a little sausage talky, but you should reach out to Clark about how to cool Daddy down, and you guys could work together a little bit.
Yeah, we could build Daddy a custom cooling system.
Let's see if Clark has any spare parts.
That could be fun.
This is Bridget's husband, who also lives in Winchester, who is very similar to Mason with the kind of building stuff he does.
We're both nerds. Clark's super cool. Love that guy. Yeah. Hey, Clark, hit me up. We should do that. Yeah. I don't think Clark listens to the show.
No, but he probably would if you told him. Clark and Mason have the chronic problem that I think most masculine folks have, where they want to hang out. And Bridget and I are always like, Clark and Mason want to hang out. They're always talking about it.
This is the second time this episode that you've described me as masculine, which is like not a word I feel close to at all. So it's
I'm not trying to roast you. I'm trying to like describe it in the most neutral terms possible because compliment, I don't think of you as a man.
Oh, well. Thanks.
But like, it socially does matter.
No, yeah, I mean, like the way you're, raised and taught to act and stuff. Yeah. It's a whole thing. Yeah, completely. No, I just think it's funny because I was like, man, have I been like really masculine lately?
No,
I mean, real tough?
I think of myself as a little masculine.
Yeah.
Look at this tie I'm wearing.
I would say, Colin said the most masculine thing about Moss's mustache. Yeah. Yeah, I want that to be the truth. That should be the top bar of that.
I love that mustaches have become so gay though. Like, it's 100%. Like,
well, they've always been gay.
Yeah, but people like to pretend. And we all just kind of like, a mustache is like a pretty green flag.
It depends. I think it's entirely contextual.
It does.
I think a mustache is just a decoration.
I'm just happy for our hoochie daddy era. I like that hoochie daddies are back. I like that men are in their slut era. I love that they're wearing shorts.
Don't worry, Bug. In 10 years, we'll be back to low-rise jeans.
Don't say things that are hateful. And also, it already happened. It's been happening. They've been getting lower. Luckily, fashion is so cyclical that it's always high-rise and low-rise at the same time.
Coyote Astronaut lifts up Freddie Mercury.
Yes, just like...
Which is what I was thinking. Yeah, I was like, mustache has always been gay. Freddie Mercury, by icon. Atticus says, striving to be a hoochie daddy.
Can I tell you guys?
That would be a great shirt.
That is, someone put that in the merch channel. Atticus, you are a hoochie daddy. And also, I have to tell you guys my favorite story. My dad has a lot of really good stories. But the way that my dad told me about queer people, because my dad has always been very proactive about like, especially when we moved to Kentucky, and I think it was a culture shock for him. He was like, I think when you go to school, people are going to be saying things, and I want to like prep you a little bit. And so he was like, I remember when he told me about the existence of gay people, and he was like, this one time my friend was like, hey, do you want to go to a concert with me? It's Kween. And my dad was like, no, they're gay. And his friend was like, what, dude? They're amazing. What are you talking about? And my dad went. And they started playing, and he was like, I think gay people rule. This rips. This is awesome.
That's so funny.
And that's my favorite thing ever.
So it was Kween that did it.
Yeah, as it should be.
That's so funny.
And I think, like a lot of people just were like, all I've heard is gay equals bad. And I don't know how you could possibly not see Kween and go, that's clearly wrong.
Yeah, people are simple creatures.
Yeah.
At the core, that's so funny. Coyote said this is amazeballs.
Amazeballs in the wild hits me like a brick.
Yeah.
So good.
I haven't seen amazeballs ever in text. Not once. First time.
Beautiful. Okay.
So good. Hey, it's 7:51 on Friday. We've been having a lot of fun here, but we're approaching the top of the hour. Thank you for spending your morning with us on the Bug and Moss Morning Telephone Show.
Yeah. You know what we need to talk about?
What's that?
Community partners.
Oh, shit. Yeah, the people that pay us to say things about them, those people would probably appreciate it if we mention them. Some of those people include our very own Atticus, who sponsors this show, and Atticus runs Transcend Cabaret. Although, as I do pull up your Instagram, I do not see the next show date, but y'all should be following so that when it gets posted, you can see it. Instagram.com/Transcend Cabaret. It is a local trans and non-binary cabaret in central Kentucky. They put on incredible shows at Al's Bar. The next one is September 12th. It is genuinely such a blast. The performances that happen there are top notch.
Wow, it's crazy how September 12th is like enough time for you guys to plan to come.
To come down to Kentucky. Also, that's my dad's birthday. So
how better to celebrate?
Yeah, I'll invite my dad down.
Yeah.
That would be great. I genuinely think he would have an awesome time.
Yeah.
And then there's another one on December 5th on Atticus's birthday. Y'all just scheduling this on people's birthdays.
Birthday party.
Yeah, for real. And I want to do another voicemail jamboree for my dad.
Oh, hell yeah.
On his birthday, because I think that would be funny. But yes, sorry, community partners. This is not just chatting. Go follow Instagram.com/Transcend Cabaret. If you can make it to any event here, you absolutely need to make it a priority. It is so much fun. And while you're there, Al's Bar has the best hamburger I've ever had in my life. I don't know why. They just make such a good one. So you have the best hamburger that exists on planet Earth and watch some of the best art that exists on planet Earth.
It's a pretty good time, guys.
Thank you to Atticus and Transcend Cabaret for making this show continue to be possible. And also thank you to our other community partner, Colin M. Parkner, who is streaming on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Today is Friday. Colin has games at 6 p.m., music shows at 8 p.m. Colin's music shows include that all-new Punk, where he blind tier lists new punk tunes for the first time, and WBRP, where Twitch subscribers get to submit one song per month for chat to listen to and discuss. It's very cool.
That's awesome.
There's an alternate universe where we were all born like 20 years earlier, and Colin is like doing this on a radio station.
For sure.
He's so good at it. It would be a lot of fun. Go follow Colin Parker at twitch.tv/Colin M. Parker. We also stream together on Mondays with the No Bones crew doing some bullshit. And then Colin's been doing a Final Fantasy Reset series Wednesdays at 6 p.m. And also, our digital darling has thrown something in the community partner chat like 2 minutes ago that I just saw. Digital Darling Egg Queen also sponsors the show and wants to use her community partner privilege to advertise her husband's new single that just dropped.
Ooh, new Shade Cycle.
Yes, Shade Cycle fucking rules. You should absolutely check them out. I'm going to play this bit from this Instagram clip so that we can have even a sample of the audio, but I want it to start cold. So let's see if this works, if I can time it just right. Shade Cycle is fucking great. That's it for that Instagram
Sounds
video.
so good.
You should check out Shade Cycle, Shade_Cycle. Look them up on any platform that you can. I think they're on Spotify for sure. I think that's where we listened. Their songs fucking rip, like top to bottom, super good.
And it's like a small catalog of really good songs. So if you want to get into a band and know everything, go. Listen.
I saw on Blue Sky that Tom had posted that they had a single last night from my phone, and I was like, fuck yeah, because they only have like 4 songs. So now they have 5. Was that a 20% increase in catalog?
Hell, yeah.
Yeah, I was amped. So go check out Shade Cycle, check out Colin M. Parker on Twitch, and check out Transcend Cabaret on Instagram.
Oh, and before we sign off, and before I forget,
we got 6 minutes, 5 minutes. 4
Bug
minutes.
Fan Club in chat a while ago when we were talking about car stuff mentioned that the first time she met Moss, she mentioned offhand that there was a problem with her sunroof, and we spent the next hour climbing on the top of her car, Carmelita, and trying to fix it.
Yes, that was the first time I met you, Chloe.
It was very
fun.
fun.
Was so much fun. Yeah, I had such a great day.
And then Steph had that door problem we fixed.
Even though we did not manage to fix Carmelita, but we took it off. I remember we lubricated all this stuff. We made sure.
Yeah,
that
well, I think it was a problem
up.
we didn't have the equipment for.
Colin Parker shouted out himself in chat and then said, "Oh, cool, thank you, mods." Thank you, Colin. I do always forget that the shout out feature actually exists and does stuff. I blew up his spot though. He's a little bit mad at me. Coyote Astronaut just followed on Tidal. Yes, follow Shade Cycle on Tidal. What was the other thing that we were just talking about? I know I dropped my train of thought right on the ground.
Cars?
It was something cars. Oh yeah, we did not fix Carmelita, but we did fix Steph's door.
Yeah, the door stopped opening. Was that it?
Yeah,
We fixed the handle?
The door handle. Y'all know those are just like bicycle cables.
They're
right?
actually easy to fix.
They're
if
super
your
easy to
door
fix.
is fucked up, you have to take like a lot of it apart, but then it is just like, it's like when you fix a toilet. You know when you're at a frat party or a house party and the toilet inevitably breaks and everyone else at the party just pretends like that's fine and you're like, no, excuse me, hold my beer, and you do the very simple fix necessary? It's like that.
Yeah, where you're like, you lift off the top and you're like, oh, the chain came off or whatever. Although, I don't know, because I had that experience a few times, not specifically at frat parties, but at different locations. And I got used to it being really simple. And then I remember one time opening it up and the inside was like smashed. And I was like,
well, that does happen. There's not, but you have to check. Once, well, actually not once. I used to work in a downtown bakery and we had a lot of crazy traffic and also this weird bathroom that was up like 4 stairs. And so it was like you were like on a pedestal about to shit.
Yeah, you got like a place of honor.
Yeah, real great. So, but we would get a lot of people that they would come in and we'd go, hey, you're not allowed to use the bathroom. We've talked about this, because they would start shit in there. And so I used to go in after when they would sneak past me and find all kinds of things. And I got used to checking the tank because we had this one guy who would like stash booze in there.
No.
And it was pretty funny.
Rough.
It's whatever.
I feel bad for that guy.
Yeah, he's an asshole. But yeah, I think it developed in me this thing where I'm like, you got to look in the tank. You never know what's in the tank.
You never know what you're going to find. You might find some Hennessy. You might find some bourbon. You could find, who knows? There might be some Kentucky Gentlemen. Why can I only think of 2 brand names?
That's right. There's no other ones that would be in there.
Canadian Hunter. That's a good bourbon.
Kentucky Gentleman is the worst shit ever to be made in the world. Don't drink it.
I could not drink Kentucky Gentleman if you paid me money to drink it.
I got a bunch of Kentucky Gentleman for free, and it was so disgusting that I had to make Fireball out of it.
And then even that, the fireball was kind of gross.
Yeah, we just tried our best.
Yeah. And we got some toilet stories in chat as we wrap things up here, which is always the best way to end a show, right? Colin says, my favorite video on the internet is a guy purposefully breaking a toilet and it kills me. N Squared says, once I walked into a pizza place during St. Patty's in a college town and someone ripped a urinal out of the wall. I've never laughed so hard in my life. I can't imagine seeing a urinal fully ripped out. You ever play the video game Road Rash from the early 2000s? That feels like it would happen in that game.
Yeah.
Emily says, gonna call in about my toilet stories growing up. Please do. Yeah, let's do toilet.
Let's go, Emily.
Do toilet stories next week. That'll be our whole
Next
thing.
week's theme is toilet stories.
Yeah. Colin Parker said Kentucky Hunter Biden. Is that a bourbon brand?
KHB.
Yeah. And French Alexander said, it's crazy how Kentucky Gentleman comes from the toilet. That's the thing about it. Yeah, most of these things, what is it? The barrels are important because they get charred.
Yeah, Kentucky Gentleman, it is the toilet.
They char the inside of the porcelain, and then they put the booze in there, and that's how it gets the flavor.
Actually, and they've started because it was too expensive to char the porcelain. They're just melting a sort of nasty septic tank on and getting that plasticky taste right in.
Delicious.
KG.
Wow, you spent your morning hanging out with us, and boy, are we sure glad you did. I hope you're set up to have a great Friday. Hey, maybe you got today off of work. I hope you did. And if you
don't
fucking do anything there today. Just chill, man.
It's Friday.
Yeah,
what are they going to do?
Yeah, what are they going to do? Fire you? Huh.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. In this economy, who the fuck knows?
But they were probably going to anyway, so don't do too much work.
Honestly, I wouldn't fucking sweat it. Hey, it's Friday. We love you. I love you, Bug.
I love you, Moss.
And we'll catch y'all on Monday for another week full of fun nonsense.
Ooh.
And I can't wait to play my favorite sound.
This is Bug and Moss.
Yahoo!